So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. A pleasant good night to those of you around the world, those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, those of you sitting down in your home, in front of your television. A warm welcome to you. So, Well Service Petroleum Company Limited has confirmed the arrival of an international recognized US-based contractor in TNT to conduct the salvage and recovery of rig 110, which collapsed on December 22nd, 2024. A statement by the company today said phase 1 of the operation, which began and will focus on risk mitigation and site stabilization to ensure the safety of personnel, the protection of the marine environment, and the integrity of the surrounding asset. The company said phase 2 of the operation will follow upon completion of the stabilization work and will focus on the recovery of rig workers, Mr. Phillips, P.T. Phillips, remains, as well as the lifting and removal of the rig structure. Update for you. Minister of Works and Infrastructure, Jolene John, MP for Tabakit, Sean Sobers, and Councillor from Kuva Tabakit Talparu Regional Corporation, along with technical experts from the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, spent Wednesday morning on the ground visiting sites across Trinidad. Together, they met residents, assessed challenges, and explore situations, all focused on improving road stabilization, landslips, and upgrading drainage to make daily life safer and more connected. Listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago.
With the fast road, the Guaracara Tabakit Road, the Brasso Capara Road, and the Grand Couva Road as well too, and Macaulay as well. And so the ministry would have seen a lot of the challenges that the residents experience on a daily basis with respect to transport, with respect to their infrastructure, with respect to their drainage. And we have been assured by the team, the very, very large team that has been assembled here, as I said before, from since 5:30 this morning, that this is going to be a priority for the ministry, and the residents within this constituency are going to get the relief that they deserve.
So viewers, it is about time now that the ministers start coming on the ground. It's about 5 or 6 months now they are in office. They have familiarized themselves with all the paperwork. It's not like they didn't know, you know. It's not like they didn't know. Now that they are 6 months into the 5 years, now it's time for action. So I don't want to hear no UNC minister saying, well, you know, we're not aware of it and we're not going. No, you had 6 months. You were on the opposition. You know what was taking place in the country. You know what was taking place in the PNM administration. Good. PNM was voted out. The UNC took them side now on the right-hand side of the bench. The opposition, which is the PNM, on the left side of the bench now. So Trinidad and Tobago, it's time that we move forward. It's time that employment start coming in. It's time now that the country start to see some sort of change. It wouldn't happen overnight. It will not happen overnight. I did not become the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago overnight. It took dedication. It took hard work. It took long hours. I didn't do it overnight. So now that the government is there, 6 months now, it's time something start happening. Progress. Don't be like the last government. Don't be like the last government. Clongenbert always asking where the money coming from, where the money coming from, where the money coming from. Don't study Clongenbert. He know where the money went. Clongenbert knew where the money went. So let we leave that right there. I don't even want to hear Clongenbert asking where the money coming from. For Minister of Finance, I lost Minister of Finance. he shouldn't even be asking that or even making his presence known in Trinidad and Tobago. He should have just stay with his mouth zip in a corner. Zip in a corner. That is all I want to hear him saying. Nothing. So another update for you viewers. Homeland Minister Roger Alexander issued a stern warning to criminals on Wednesday, advising that it is time for them to surrender their firearm or face the consequences. We have been hearing this type of statement in Trinidad and Tobago for years. For years. Now remember, he was a police on the ground too, eh? So we have been hearing this all of his life in the police force also. He made a statement while delivering a feature address to the launch of the CARICOM Impact Roadmap to Fire Recovery and at the Hilton. My mistake. Listen to this.
And I want everyone to know, including the criminals, that your days are numbered or may be short. We are taking action.
So Trinidad and Tobago, current affairs segment. Noise pollution. Is that a problem in Trinidad and Tobago? Yes. A number of citizens in a number of areas throughout Trinidad and Tobago have been complaining about noise pollution. So hear this. I hear an echo. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar has ordered an immediate stop to all fêtes at the Brian Lara Stadium, citing persistent complaints from nearby residents about the excessive noise. In a post on X earlier today, the Prime Minister said noise pollution had become unbearable for those living in the area. She said her government remained committed to tackling the long-standing issues of noise pollution and its effect on communities. Nothing that the problem has been ignored for far too long. She also announced upcoming legislation action aimed at curbing the problem. She stated that before the end of this year, the fireworks legislation will be passed in Parliament and enhanced noise pollution laws will be introduced to regulate designated quiet hours as well as new restrictions on fete, music trucks, residential parties, and bars. So Trinidad and Tobago, more or less, we could be living like the United States. I mean, the country upgrading. We had to give jackets. In the US, you can't do these kind of things, you know. There's a place and there's a time that is permitted. So I believe that they might take a little draft or two from the United States, who knows. The PM reiterated that her administration will deliver on its promise to protect citizens, the well-being, and ensure greater balance between entertainment and community peace. So viewers, I mean, the bars might have to keep their music inside. DJ fetes, probably a certain decibel that you wouldn't be able to cross, because I guess the EMA people will be standing by to shut down. Hopefully. Music truck on the road, you gotta learn now to drive your truck without playing your music unless you are permitted by the station, the police station, or something like that. But the new regulation, there's only about 8 weeks again, 7 weeks before 2025 is over. So let's see what will the government do. Like I said, it's time now that the ball starts rolling. Not to gather more, you know, but to bring change to Trinidad and Tobago. Moving along. Culture Minister, Michelle Benjamin. Hey, that's what I'm talking about tourism night before. You got to put it, yes? But anyhow, I hear somebody's whistle today. But nevertheless, Culture Minister Michelle Benjamin said government is not stopping fete, but is working with National Carnival Commission and the Trinidad and Tobago Promoters Association to find alternative venues and create a more balanced, inclusive carnival for 2026. Benjamin said the government decision to stop fete at the Brian Lara Academy is not about restricting Carnival, but about creating balance. Benjamin said, residents near the Taruba venue have long complained about excessive noise and the government cannot ignore their concerns. So, this is not about stopping the fete. This is about noise pollution. Noise pollution. So the whole idea to stop fete at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy is not because of too much partying or to stop in the carnival. No. I'll say this, the fete at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy have nothing to do with carnival. Because during the year they are fetes also. Correct? Director? I mean, their territory. Yeah, they have fetes through the year. They have fetes through the year. So, for the promoters and them who want to make it about carnival, nah, don't do that, don't do that. I'll get points taken away for that. Don't make it about carnival. Because throughout the year, they has fetes. It's all about the noise pollution. If the DJs and them used to abide by the decibels, I'm throwing it out there so I can understand. If the DJs used to abide by the decibels and don't cross the limit, maybe it would have been something different. Maybe it would have been something different. I have friends who's DJs, you know. So I know about it. I know about when they go to fetes. I know about when they hear neighbors complaining. Because some might have babies, some might have old people, some might, you know. But promoters have to understand too. Not because you have a fete, you're blasted helter-skelter. No, not like that. Because I'm sure when you ready to sleep, you want to be in a zone of peace and comfort in your house when you're ready to sleep. To understand the plight and the cries of other people. That is the main idea. It's not about stopping carnival. So let us start there. I'll put on the next side. There we are go there. So, good. We'll go for a short commercial break here on TV. But when we come back, there's the issue with Anna Roberts, and also there's the issue with Ralph Gonzalez, who's the Minister of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And there's also the issues of the 3 HCC houses. But nevertheless, we'll be right back. Stay locked on.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com. throws you a curveball. And you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, remember, Real Talk Financing is offering you 5% on a fixed deposit, viewers. Remember, it's a 5-year fixed deposit. Remember, it's interest up front. So how does it work? Many people have been calling and asking, Said, how does the 5% and the interest up front works? So it's just like any other fixed deposit when you go to a commercial bank to open. Just like any other fixed deposit. You come, you call the office, you find out information, all right, and you open a fixed deposit. When you open your fixed deposit and for 5 years and you sign up your agreement, now normally with other financial institutions, you have to wait until your fixed deposit mature. That is at the end of 5 years or the end of 3 years or 1 year or however you set your agreement. You have to wait until your fixed deposit mature in order to collect your interest. At Real Talk Financing, you don't have to wait for it to mature. The only thing you have to wait for when it matures is to redo the policy. That's the only thing you have to wait for. Now, when you sign up the fixed deposit, within 14 days of the date you sign it up, my office is going to call you to come and collect your interest for the 5 years accumulated. So if you invest 100,000 at 5% for 5 years, that's 25,000. Within 14 days time, my office is going to call you to come and collect a check for $25,000. If you invest $200,000, which is $50,000, at the end of the 14 days, once you sign up the agreement, my office is going to call you to come and collect your $50,000. So that is why I say, Trinidad and Tobago, your money is working for you now. You don't have to work for it again, you already have it. So why not make the best investment you could ever make? Now $50,000 or $25,000 could go on your children's name as a startup account. You didn't think about that. Or if you have something to do in your house, you could do it. You don't have to take out from your savings. Open a fixed deposit, collect your interest, and do whatever you have to do. That is how we do it here. So Said, how stable are you? We are expanding in other countries. That is how stable we are. We are expanding in other countries. I've been a money lender for almost 15 years. And I have taken money lending to a different level. About 2 years back, we got Real Talk Credit Union licensed in Trinidad and Tobago. So we are climbing the ladder continually. Commercial banks, they didn't start with $100 billion. No. They started off small. And they started to offer, and today they are big. And it's the same thing with us. One thing I love about myself is that the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and worldwide who have been viewing Real Talk have been watching how we grow. From strength to strength, from step to step, from year to year. Companies expanding, our arms are stretching out. That is how stable we are. We are not others. And to top it off now, I'm a public figure. I'm not just the president of an institution in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm known right around the world for spiritual work. For those of you who know, who don't know. Before I started this show on TV, I used to travel around the world doing spirit work. That is why I am so popular. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, it's not a boasting thing, you know. Is what is for you will be for you, and God will elevate you. That is why my company keeps growing and growing. Very soon, we got our own helicopter and plane. I just doesn't like to release so much info, but nevertheless, I already have my yacht for rental. You know, that people didn't know that. But I decided to make it public now. So Real Talk, Legend Yacht, it is up for rental down the island. So, you know, we're moving in steps, stages, strength after strength, ability after ability, power after power. My beautiful, this is the inside of my boat. See how executive it is? I like nice thing, you know. That's how executive inside my boat is. Proper. Not a fly-by-night thing. So Real Talk Legend is for rent, viewers. I decided to put it out for rent. Nevertheless, let people enjoy it, the comfort. So, with the ministers, Government Minister Arnold Robert has called on St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves to answer questions on how his family were all lucky to obtain 3 separate subsidized housing development corporation HUC homes in Trinidad between January 2018 and August 2020. In a 15-minute long video posted on his social media account on Wednesday, Roberts questioned whether PM Gonsalves had declared his family asset in accordance with the laws of his country. He referred to documents that linked Gonsalves' family members to HDC homes. Listen to this.
Ralph Gonsalves' son to buy, for example, at 1.96 million. That he made a substantial savings of 1.6 million. And on the one that was sold to Ralph Gonsalves' family for 1.625, that they made a savings, a benefit, an increase in value, investment value of 900,000. But a student whose brother and father had to sign to say, she can't pay, she's studying, but we go pay. That was 1.3 million. A savings of 1.2 million. So overall a savings of over 4-point-something million dollars.
Now, viewers, Robert linked Gonsalves' behavior to that of the People's National Movement and former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. Robert said these houses are subsidized, meaning taxpayers' money is involved. Listen to this.
Rowley, how you sell it to your friend Ralph, 6-star general, for 1.96, 1.625, and 1.3. The benefits that you got from taxpayers of Trinidad and Tobago, you find that was right. When Trinidad and Tobago has a housing crisis, you don't care about the people of Trinidad and Tobago. 214,000 people and applications every day. Single mothers, families, crying, messaging, begging.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, referring to a letter of sales to Storm Gonzalez, the PM's son, dated August 21st, 2018, from the HUC regarding a Victoria Keys property in Diego Martin. Roberts said the Storm works as a businessman and earned $25,000 a month, which makes him eligible for HUC housing. Listen to this.
Your son is a real estate developer in St. Vincent, but in Trinidad and Tobago, he swore on an affidavit that he's an app developer making $25,000 a month by signing this declaration. Here, if there's any false information on this, sir, then your son committed an offense in Trinidad and Tobago, committed fraud, and therefore, sir, the property that he purchased based on this fraud will have to go through the legal processes.
He labeled Gonzalez as a disrespectful towards Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar after he had taken issues with her support to the United States action against narco traffickers. In response to the government Minister Anil Roberts' attack, St. Vincent and the Grenadine Prime Minister Ralph Gonzalez said, "Dirty water cannot tarnish gold." Gonzalez said, neither he nor his family did anything wrong in acquiring homes on the market for sale from the Housing Development Corporation, HUC, in Trinidad, and stated that he never asked any favors of former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley or anyone in the People's National Movement. Prime Minister said the claim made by Minister Roberts were specious, and that the purchase of these apartments was lawful, made without any political interference. He said Roberts wants to spill political bile and support the opposition in St. Vincent, given that they have the upcoming general election. He pointed out that his wife and 2 children are all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and are therefore entitled to purchase properties at Victoria Keys, which is not low-income housing, but subjected to open market bids. So imagine that, Trinidad and Tobago. But nevertheless, I am sure that there is more to this story, viewers. It is an unfolding story, and we will keep you up to date as this matter continues in Trinidad and Tobago. And as obvious, the opposition will be labeling this in the St. Vincent's Parliament also. I'm sure of that. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, government plans to revitalize energy sector.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real public concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back.
Caller, good night.
Good night, Said.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Friend, I want to congratulate our great Prime Minister that within 6 months of them taking office, do you know Trinidad was ranked under the PNM days
Yes.
as the 6th most violent country? You know we are out of that list right now. Do you know that we are out of that top 10 list, sir? So congratulations to the government.
For the
something
caller.
that is worrying me, sir, we are on the right track. Look at that revitalization plan. Everybody, even the 1% is excited about it. Why is it the PNM now? Look at it, a major breakthrough. Sir, I am a victim of noise pollution. And look now today, look at the major step this government is taking addressing noise pollution. And yet the PNM, everything legally that this government is doing for law-abiding citizens, the PNM have a problem with it. Look at that. I don't understand. Now, sir, this thing that's called misbehavior in public office. You know, is the law only for the UNC, sir? I see an investigative journalist talking about Arnel Roberts. Arnel Roberts was before the courts and was exonerated, sir,
Yes.
on those very accusations, and they are coming again. This PNM media is coming after him. What about this allegation, or not allegation, it's proven, where the Prime Minister of Grenada family has 3 houses here, and our own people cannot get that, and you know, extent that collusion with the PNM. What about that, you know, when you talk about these children with big guns? What about Nelson Gate? What about where Faris al-Rawis has, you know, trying to set some kind of thing with the DPP to give Nelson, you know, immunity and all these things? Why isn't the TTPS investigating this? You know, you're going after Anil, you're going after David Lee, you're going after Aaron. What is it, is the PNM immune from prosecution, sir? I would like, you know, somebody of your caliber, sir, to propagate these things, to ensure that the people, you know, sir, use your station, use your influence, or use a very influential man with your station. I would like you, what about, you know, that little boy some years ago in the Ministry of Education? You know, bring him on top of a girl because of, I don't know if it is because of race, and say that he came first place. What about all these are misbehaviors? So I would like you to take a step, you know, to ensure that the citizens we are on the right path, sir, and I would like you to propagate this thing for we to go on. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Now, what I could say for the last 6 months that the UNC have been doing is bringing legislations, bringing framework, putting policies together. I could safely say that for the last 6 months. Hence the reason why I made this statement tonight. They have been in office for 6 months now, and it's time that we see the ball rolling. Because I will tell you something. Every ministry has their persons to bring policies forth. Every ministry. My job is to keep you updated. That is my job. And I am at a stage and a stance now where it is time that the country start rolling forward. Policies have been written. Both sides in parliament have been reading reviews, whatever the case may be. Now it's time for Trinidad and Tobago to move forward. By the end of this month, November month, we are going to get a report about the Punjab refinery. I heard it's almost finished. By the end of this month, it's going to be released for Trinidad and Tobago, and we will know how much it is going to cost to start up the Punjab refinery, step by step by step, stage by stage by stage. I want you to understand that it is about production now. You see, what we get tied up with in Trinidad and Tobago, we got tied up with party. UNC, PNM, ANR, PEP, wherever the party is, we got caught up with party. But were we looking at production of these parties? Were we looking at self-development from these parties and them? No, we got caught up with what ministers were saying. We got caught up with bread without sugar. Imagine they're giving you a glass of tea. You know, when you drink the tea, will decide if the tea needs sweetening or not. You all made a decision to move from PNM to UNC. Now, for the last 9 years, you know why nobody wasn't saying anything? You want to know why? Tonight I will tell you why. Trinidad and Tobago, 1.4 million people got our mouths zipped. You want to know why? Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, a former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, under the PNM leadership, the leader of the PNM administration then, from 2015 to 2025. You know what he told the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? To wean off the government. Wean off. Completely wean off. You want your back pay? No problem. We go give you your back pay and you might lose your job. Every party, every councillor, every mouthpiece, every union leader, you know what they did? They zipped them out. You know why? All because of Keith Rowley came out and told Trinidad and Tobago, wean off the government. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't tell me about nothing. I don't want to hear you. I am the Prime Minister, not you. And that is what happened to us. That is why nobody demanded anything from the PNM administration. Nobody. Coast Guard board parking down, police helter-skelter. Imagine the fire service. We can't get fire trucks to go and actually put out a fire. They buy some ladder, but the ladder was a waste of time. No production. And that is what we get caught up with. Let me tell you something. We get so attracted to no production. It come like something, it come like gold to us now. No production became like gold to us. You know why? Because we get so used to it that if we see change now, we're complaining. We're complaining. I always complaining about roads. You know why? I'll tell you this. Millions of dollars are going to contractors, to civil engineers, to professionals, to people who's supposed to pass a proper project on roads. And you know what we get? I swear, was my ROC, we on the road. I'm telling you. Should go on to Trace Village. I I swear to God as my arrow. I swear I'm driving on the sea. But who is the contractor passing it? Who is the man that's supposed to go on the job site and drive his vehicle to make sure it's nice, smooth road and not a bumpy track we get? Who's supposed to be doing that? You know what I did? They turned their head. They turned their head. That's why I'm brave enough to come on national television on a live program and tell them that the next should have stayed right here, they should have catch a damn stroke. I'm brave enough to do that. And if they're brave enough to carry me to court, so help my God, their neck would remain just like that. It's not talking, it's a promise. You know why? You want to know why? Only in Trinidad they could do that. Only in Trinidad. We money we paying tax for, they don't care how it come in their pocket. They don't want to go to work, millions of dollars in their pocket, and they don't want to go to work however the road fix. This is why I just tell people, I just tell Trinidad and Tobago, whether it's a prime minister, whether it's a magistrate, it's a lawyer, it's a police, you want to come after me for saying something on national television? I welcome you. I welcome you. But I hope you could take the after effects while you're coming at me. Because it's going to be nice. Because when I come here from 7 to 8 every night, you know what I'm standing for? Not Venezuela, not Guyana, not St. Vincent, not the United States, not Dubai, not Europe. I'll visit them countries. But you know what I'm standing for? I'm standing for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm spending my own money from my pocket to make sure Trinidad becomes a better place. Who am I going at? Politicians who's supposed to work for us, not to tell us we know of the government. They opened a hospital, a block, Port Spain General Hospital. Oliver went in to see how we're looking. You ever rush to promote a car at air paint? You ever rush to promote a shoes that you never get? You ever rush to promote food you're cooking and you even have a stove? Not even a gas tank, but you're promoting? That's what I tell people. You want to come after side? I have no problem, you know, come. Come after me, man. But coming after me, there's consequences. You might run off on the highway. You might get in an accident while you're coming. The gunman you're sending might turn around and come right back at you. Yeah. Them is the kind of consequences you will get when you're coming at me. Why did I say that? Let me tell you something. When my son was almost kidnapped, those individuals never knew Saieed used to do spirit walk. They didn't know I was a drinks man. They didn't know I used to light and shake my bell. But I was born gifted. I was born gifted. Born to do spirit walk. So when I launch the attack at my son now, because of me being on TV and busting S and walking on man corn, they said we go teach him a lesson. 3 blind, 1 dead. Call a good night.
A very, very good evening to you, Mr. Saieed.
To you, my friend. Sorry for the little keep. Sorry for the little keep back.
A little bit, and I'll be brief. We all know that Earl Christopher was the worst commissioner ever to walk the halls of TTPS. And she was definitely a puppet of Dr. Keith Rowley. And since Alistair Govero coming to the fore, I feel a little more safer and a little more confident. And I wish him all the best. But however, I have a message from Mr. Commissioner. Mr. Commissioner, too much of your officers is getting into wrongdoing and very, very serious situations where harm is coming to the public through your police officers. Mr. Commissioner, please grab hold and take charge of your service.